What's up, YouTube? Murphy Firearms Training. Want to do a trigger pull video on this gun. This is the Ruger Max 9. Had it for a while now. I've enjoyed shooting it. Want to talk about it just a little bit. It is a 12-round magazine. It's a 12+1 firearm. It does have the blade safety. No other safety on this gun. And it will fire with the magazine removed. It says that right on the lower, stamped right on the lower. Yay! Love when they put owner's manual stuff on the gun. But anyway, it will fire with the magazine removed, which I enjoy because if you drop a magazine, at least you have one round to fire. It does come with a black rear sight and a fiber optic front. So I'm going to get a close-up of that fiber optic front there if I can get it to focus. Pretty cool fiber optic front. Pretty easy to see. And then the rear sight is just a black square. Nothing special about it. It does have a groove, and you could put some paint in that if you were so inclined. You know, comes with two mags. Comes with a 10 and a 12, not two 12s. Not really sure why. The 10 is a flush fit. The 12 is the extended. I only use the 12 because at my hand size, the 12 is a perfect fit. The 10 is too small, and I can only get 2 fingers on the gun, and it's not very comfortable to shoot. Now, I will say I have probably average to slightly below average hands. If you want to guess at hand size, just to give you an idea, if I spread my hand out as wide as it'll go from the tip of my thumb to the end of that pinky is exactly 9 inches. Okay? Exactly 9 inches. And so if your hand is bigger than that, this is going to be a little smallish to you. And if your hand is smaller than that, it may still be okay because it's right on the edge of comfort for me. It's very shootable for me. I enjoy it a lot. It could be a hair bigger and still be comfortable. So if you've got slightly smaller hands than mine, you can shoot this well, I think. So the mag release is in a great place because, as you can see, my grip does not touch it. So my grip goes there, and that mag release tucks just above my middle finger. It doesn't touch it in my shooting grip, but it does have an undercut on the trigger guard, so it does get your hand up nice and high. It's very comfortable to shoot. Not too much recoil for the size gun it is. It's a great gun to shoot. Lots of fun. And what I want to do, other than show you that, is I want to talk about the trigger. Okay, so I want to talk about the trigger. So we verified that this is unloaded. We know this is unloaded. It's got our little blade safety there. And I want to show you the trigger on this gun. So you pull back, and from here, so I'm going to get close up, from here to there, all of that is take-up. And I know some people don't like a lot of take-up in their triggers. All of that movement is take-up. There's nothing but a really wimpy spring. You get to here, you hit a little bit of a wall. Now, from here, you are engaging the striker, and you're going to pull rearward. And I want to see if I can do this and get it on video. But this is a very creepy trigger, so it creeps a lot. You see it moving, and then it breaks, okay? Now, the reset is very quick. I actually only have to, let me do this real quick, if I can get it right. I only have to pull back to, like, there to reset this trigger. So it's a very short reset if you're dry firing. But let me try this again. I'm going to turn it this way since I'm right-handed. That may work better for me, okay? So there's your take-up. Okay, let me give you the trigger pull. Here we go. Watch how much this thing moves before it breaks. Okay, so if I can do it just right, you'll see all that creep, all that movement. See all that movement we're getting? All that, and then it breaks. Okay, now, if I keep the trigger depressed and I reset it, here is your trigger reset. Okay. And then again, I'm going to show you all that creep. See it moving, 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 and then breaks. And I'm going to show you that trigger reset one more time. So here we are. Pay attention to where the trigger is. Let it out real slow. Click. So fair amount of reset travel. And then again, a lot of creep before that trigger pops. Okay. So then the last thing I want to do is trigger weight. So I'm going to turn on my Lyman trigger gauge here and see if it will give me a reading. Sometimes it likes to be persnickety. So we're going to hook our trigger and we're going to pull, and I'm going to do this with the trigger gauge on the camera, not the gun. So that's 4 pounds, 15.3 ounces. I'm going to reset. Okay. Reset the trigger gauge, rehook the trigger, and we're going to pull. 5 pounds, 0.2 ounces. And I like to do 3 or 4 of these, see where we come out. Okay. Hook the trigger and pull. 5 pounds, 0.7 ounces. Okay, reset that. Here we go. Hook the trigger. 5 pounds, 2.6 ounces. So really, we come in just under or just over 5 pounds, right around a 5-pound trigger. It's not bad, but again, if you're trying to shoot very accurately, there is a lot of play. So, I mean, if you start squeezing the trigger, there is a lot of movement before it breaks. Okay, a lot of movement. At least I think there's a lot of movement. So, you know, definitely not a target trigger by any means. If you like, say, a 1911 trigger, this is a far cry from that. It's not too heavy. It's not that hard to get used to. If you're shooting this gun, you know, what I like to call defensively, which is where you're shooting fast at a big target, you don't notice that creep at all. But if you're trying to shoot very accurately and slowly, you do. So anyway, that's kind of this gun and how it works. The only other thing I do like is I do like the squareness of this front of the rear sight. This rear sight has a very square front end. And I like that so that I can strike off my sights on my belt to rack the slide if I need to, if I'm in a one-handed situation. So anyway, that's kind of the Ruger Max 9. Nice little gun. Like I said, I got ours without the safety. The slide stop on this gun is quite hard to press. It's very well hidden in the frame. It can be done, but it takes a lot of hand strength. I don't think my wife can do it. I don't know. I'll have to check and see if she can or not. But anyway, so, you know, but a lot of these more compact guns, that is a very difficult function to use. The mag release works really well. The mags fall free. So if I take this mag and put it in and then press the mag release, I mean, it falls right out. It falls free very easily. Very quick reloads. Overall, it's a nice little gun. You know, at a much lower price point than some of its competitors. The other thing I do want to mention is this gun is cut for an optic from the factory, and it is an RMR cut. It is an RMR cut, which is really funny because the other Ruger that I own is a doctor cut. And so you would think they would stick to one cut, but apparently where this is thinner than the full-size gun I own that's cut for an optic, they went with the RMR cut because I think that's a little thinner optic. So this is an RMR cut. So if you want to buy this gun and put a red dot on it, you need an RMR pattern optic. And it says that in the owner's manual, but I'll let you guys know that on the video. So anyway, fun. We appreciate your support, guys. Please like and subscribe. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. As always, I appreciate you guys, and look forward to seeing you in some more videos, and I hope you enjoyed it.